Myself, Mubin.
Please start.
Good morning to all. I'm Dr. Mubin, Assistant Professor of Commerce, JKK Nataraja College of Arts and Science College. Now I'm going to read the report of refresher course in Commerce and Management on 13/6/2022. The formal session of the day started with previous day report reading by Vadivel Murugan, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Kamaraj College, Thuthukudi. Later on, the seminar session was started with the chairperson, Dr. Mahalingam, Professor, Bhardiya School of University School of Management, Coimbatore, and he is welcomed by Mr. Praveen Shetty, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government First Grade College, Trithrahalli.
Mubin ma'am, unmute பண்ணுங்க ma'am. Mubin, unmute.
Ma'am, first la irundhe iva ipoda adachu.
Ipada. Carry on.
Right now.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. You start where you
Continue.
Dr. Brinda.
Should I start?
Dr. Brinda.
Should I start?
Wait, ma'am.
Dr. Brinda, Assistant Professor of Commerce, LRG Government Arts College for Women, Tirupur, coordinated the seminar session in an effective and efficient way by proper scheduling. In that session, out of 67 participants, there were 35 participants were presented their topics in an effective way, and the session was finally concluded by chairperson insights about the presentation of innovative content, and the vote of thanks were proposed by Dr. Tamilchelvi, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Gobi Arts and Science College, Erode. The afternoon session resource person was Dr. Vishwanathan, Associate Professor, Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, Bengaluru, and he is welcomed by Dr. Suresh Babu, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Sir Tyagaraya College, Chennai. Dr. Vishwanathan gave on lecture on machine learning applications. He has provided the realization of sense on artificial intelligence through showing different websites and videos. He enlightened the three types of information, that is artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning, and it was elaborated with examples. And further, he described about the types of machine learning algorithms. In that, he pointed out the supervised and unsupervised learning, and he had ended his presentation by showing an open source graphical user interface for beginners named as a Blue Sky Statistics to apply an supervised learning algorithm such as regression and classification. Finally, the seminar session was held at 4:35 p.m. onwards. In this, 11 more participants were presented their topics in an effective manner. Out of 57 participants, 47 participants were successfully completed their topics, and the session was concluded with vote of thanks by Samson Joe Dinagaran, Assistant Professor of Commerce, St. John's College, Tirunelveli. In this occasion, I would like to thank our course coordinator, Dr. Ramanujam, for providing opportunity for 67 participants from various other universities and states. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Kindly welcome others to our resource person, please.
Good morning to all present here. I am Selvatharangini, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government Arts and Science College, Avinashi. I thank the Almighty for this opportunity. In the track of refresher course, we trace the beauty of Western Ghats. Western Ghats where Bhardiya University is. Western Ghats home to many creatures. Most time rain whispers, tree, waves, gleamy sunshines. We the refresher course participants refreshed by natural persons as Western Ghats refreshes all the creatures. A vibrant person, even the clock might forget to stuck, but our refresher course coordinator sharply alerts us like the hero of Ramayana, like the sweetness of jam. Dr. V. Ramanujam sir, I welcome you. North to south, to the height of Western Ghats, to the height of humanity, Professor Shika Vaish stands. When I browsed for her personality, Google gave spring personality. The seasons are 4: spring, autumn, winter, summer. The spring gives newness, Spring is energetic. Spring gives happiness. The spring is optimistic. Is our resource person too. I welcome you, ma'am, for being a beacon light here. Shika Weiss, the partner, the director, Sultan Chand and Sons, New Delhi. One of the trustee of Sri Sultan Chand Trust and Dr. Usha Agarwal Trust, New Delhi. She graduated with MBA in finance and has got the 17 years of experience in education industry. Giving a child an education is by far one of the most important investment we can make. This is their motto. She stands behind that. She works for that. On the line we see, on the video we talk, without seeing, we are all here. Welcome all the participants. Welcome you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Shika ma'am, this time for you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to everybody, and I really thank Ramanujam sir for giving me this opportunity to present something and to maybe become useful for all of you. And I would request your feedback and your suggestions for the same. So anywhere, if you feel that I'm going fast, please let me know, and we can discuss it at length as well. So thank you very much for coming and joining us at 10 a.m. today. And I'll share my screen, sir.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Are you able to see it, sir? Is it fine?
Yes.
Fine, ma'am. Fine.
So today we are going to present this. Sultan Chand and Sons founder mentors. I would like to introduce them. First of all, that Master Amit Chand ji, he was a freedom fighter, and Sultan Chand and Sons was founded by Shri Sultan Chand ji. He was the son of Master Amit Chand ji, who was a freedom fighter, and their son and daughter, Shri Subhash Chand Agarwal and Usha Agarwal, have founded this company, Sultan Chand and Sons. Last year, we lost Dr. Usha Agarwal, but we as torchbearers are trying to carry on the legacy of more than 70 years. It was founded in 1950. Sultan Chand and Sons was. So we are trying to build in the educational textbooks for the commerce, management, and all the other subjects. Our mission is to impart high quality education by making reasonably priced books more valuable and reader friendly textbooks authored by the Indian universities authors. So
Ma'am,
we have
excuse me, ma'am. Slide is not moving, ma'am.
Okay, just a minute, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Now okay.
Sorry.
It's moving now.
It's moving now, ma'am.
Is it now fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So we have published just. Yeah. Is it fine, sir? Yeah. We have published more than 1,000 books for the undergraduate and postgraduate courses in commerce and management. And we have also published books for CA Institute, CS Institute, and ICWA Institute. And all the books have been written by authors which are from reputed universities all across India. The revised editions are as per the latest syllabus of the various universities as per the CBCS. And right now, the NEP 2020 is in its implementation stage. And we are trying our level best to publish the books as per the NEP syllabus guidelines. So the new education policy will be implemented by next year or maybe to 2024 at so the books should be as per the NEP courses. The books present includes the solid illustrations and case studies, MCQs and exercises, and we have text presentations, and the books are reasonably priced. For Sultan Chand, the motto is not to provide, not to do business, but to provide education for the community at large. So this is it. So the subjects we are publishing in, we have accountancy, auditing, taxation, management, economics, law, mathematics, English, political science, sciences, statistics, mathematical sciences, and so on. We have been publishing books for all the UG and PG courses, BCom, BBA, BBM, BBS, BA, BSc, MBA, MCom, and even PGDBM. As far as professional courses are concerned, I already iterated that we are publishing books for CA Institute, CS, and ICWA institutes as well. Now, recently, we would like to share that we have been, the Tamil Nadu Textbook and Educational Services Corporation has selected our 8 of our titles, our best-selling titles, for translation of books in Tamil. So these are some of our 8 books that they have been selected, and renowned professors from universities, they would be translating our books from English to Tamil. So some of these books are Fundamentals of Mathematical Statistics, Fundamentals of Applied Statistics, Managerial Economics by R.L. Varshini and K.L. Maheshwari, Essential of Business Communication by late Shri Rajendra Paul, Business Law by N.D. Kapoor. I'm sure you must have heard these names. Banking Theory, Law and Practice, Principle and Practice of Auditing, and Management Theory and Practice by C.B. Gupta. So these are some of our titles that have been selected by the Tamil Nadu Textbook and Educational Services Corporation. Hope, sir, this is fine. The slide is moving and it is fine. You're able to see it, sir?
Yes, madam, it's moving.
Yes, madam.
It's moving.
Yeah, thank you, sir. These are some of our bestsellers. I am sure all the teachers must be acquainted with all these books. They have seen these books. So the Business Law, Principle and Practice of Management by L.M. Prasad, Investment Analysis and Portfolio Management by R.P. Rastagi. So these are some of the titles that have been best-selling and must be within your circle and close group. You must be teaching these subjects: Elements of Financial Management, Business Law, Human Resource Management by L.M. Prasad, Elements of Mercantile Law by N.D. Kapoor.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, Cost Accounting by S.P. Iyengar, and Fundamentals of Cost Accounting by S.N. Maheshwari, Advanced Accountancy by R.L. Gupta and M. Radhaswamy. So Managerial Economics by P.L. Mehta, sir. Then Corporate Accounting, we have Principles of Management Accounting by S.N. Maheshwari, and Financial and Management Accounting by S.N. Maheshwari once again. So these are some of our best-selling titles which are there. These are some of our new releases which I just wanted to highlight. We have just released these Wonderland of Numbers. So this Wonderland of Numbers is actually a book not meant only for the kids, but also for the teachers. Even if you are a mathematics fan, so probably you will be like to have a copy of it. And if you want to do some maths magic, so this is a very nice book. Entrepreneurship and Small Business Management by S.S. Khanka and C.B. Gupta. This is also for BCom. Then Entrepreneurship and Project Planning. These books are also for BCom and MBA courses. Advanced accountancy, this is the first edition by MP Gupta and BM Agarwal. And logistics and supply chain management. This is by one of our authors, Sai Kumari B. She's from SRM University. Securities Law and Market Operations by Dr. P. Sudha. I'll just reshare my screen. Just a minute, sir. I'll just reshare my screen. Is this fine, sir? Are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Ma'am.
So we have also released this an introduction to abstract algebra, and recently we released the English grammar and composition. Then we have soft skills for the trainers and GST by Dr. V. Balachandran. Company secretarial practice by V. Balachandran, and auditing and corporate governance. It is based on the latest CBCS pattern by Anshika Bansal and Preeti Rani Mittal. So this is our catalog, which I would like to show just a glimpse of it. So this is a commerce and management catalog. Maybe after the meeting, I can share with you. So these are some of our collection, and these are all the books which are used for both undergraduate as well as postgraduate courses in management. So business management, human resource management, marketing management, basic financial management. So then business organization and management. So these are all management. I'm sure these titles must have been being taught by you, and then business environment, foreign exchange and risk management, advertising and sales promotion, consumer behavior, then insurance and risk management. We have books on creativity and innovation in entrepreneurship. Right now, entrepreneurship is the most emerging topic for all the students and for the education fraternity. So organizational behavior by Amandeep Nahar and PCK Rao and Rajesh Niga. We have this strategic cost management and performance evaluation by VK Saxena. This is the book which is used for the CA as well as the CS last semester. Logistics and supply chain. Then we have total quality management and research methodology books. International marketing management. We have books on Indian financial system as well. Apart from textbook, we do have some question banks. So this is one of the question bank in financial management by Dr. T.V. Ambuli. She is currently working with teaching in SRM University. We have human resource management and books by L.M. Prasad, project management. Then we have economics, mathematics for economists by B.C. Mehta. And Modi Empowers Development. This is by M.K. Agarwal, sir. He's from Lucknow University. And Concise Indian Economy by I.C. Dhingra. I.C. Dhingra is a renowned name in the field of economics. The Indian Economy, again by I.C. Dhingra, sir. We have all the law. The law is a name which only comes to our mind is N.D. Kapoor. So elements of company law and elements of mercantile law, elements of industrial law, company law and secretarial practice, business law. So these are some of the names that are very dear to us. Then indirect taxation by V. Balachandran. So, and an outline of company secretarial practice is also written by him. We have the book on income tax by Preeti Rani Mittal and Anshika Bansal, and GST book by Vineet Gupta and N.K. Gupta, sir. We have GST book by B. Balachandran again. And in terms of accountancy, obviously R.L. Gupta and M. Radhaswamy is the book which I think all the teachers are familiar with. So we have financial accounting, advanced accountancy, cost accounting. So these are some of the books that are there. So these are the titles. Yeah. So now we come to the main topic of our today's discussion is publish with us. So on our website, we have a link, publish. So now we say that I am a writer, so I want to be an author. And what are the opportunities presented? What are the opportunities available for you in the education industry currently? So first of all, the question that comes to our mind is why publish your research work? Why? So obviously you have the domain of knowledge. So you want to disseminate your knowledge and you want to share your knowledge for the next generation. So their financial benefits for the authors are there. And you have to make your name for the fraternity. So these are some of the things that comes to your mind when you want to publish your research work and when you want to publish your book. Now this book can be published by either a single author or a pool of authors. A pool of authors means that maybe tomorrow 1 or 2 more authors can join and can combine together and they can publish a book. So what are the benefits for that? First of all, there is a sharing of work. Obviously, there is, apart from book publishing, there are other duties like obviously teaching in a college and the other college duties are there. So the sharing of work happens. Then different ideas and brainstorming is possible between the teachers. One is able to contribute towards maybe some topics and the other teacher may be able to contribute towards the other topics. So this is the second benefit that is there in a pool of authors. Third is checking of work. A maker-checker process is there. So obviously, if a person is making 2 chapters, the other person can check the 2 chapters. So it helps to eliminate the chances of any errors. And finally, the better promotion and visibility. If the teachers are from different colleges, obviously it helps in better promotion and better visibility. Right now, like we are having a pool of authors, maybe one from Tamil Nadu and one from Delhi University. So what happens, this gives the book an all India presence because the teacher is able to market the book both in Tamil Nadu as well as in Delhi. So this gives a better visibility to the book. So the pool of authors is in a better way that it will help both the author as well as the book. Now we come to the step 1 of the publication journey. So first is the market survey. What is the requirement of the market? The requirement of the market, obviously the teacher is the best person who understands the requirement of the market. Is it a textbook? Is it a question bank? Is it a reference book? Or is it a case studies book? And what is your domain? What do you want to publish? Do you want to publish a textbook or do you want to publish a question bank? Or do you want to publish a compilation of, case studies? So whatever you feel is required for the student fraternity, obviously you would work towards that. Then under this step, the second step would be to search for the syllabus and the latest question paper so as to widen the scope of the work. Obviously, we as a publisher, we encourage the authors that we should not stick to one university syllabus. We should not stick to the university syllabus of that particular college in which the teacher is teaching. But he should probably search for syllabus for different colleges. If suppose he's teaching in X college, so probably he should search for maybe 10 colleges within that university under which it is affiliated. or maybe some other colleges in which they are giving some guest lectures, or they are associated, or they have their colleagues. So this helps in better visibility. Then obviously, we should also look for the books which are already available in the market. The subjects always remains the same. We have books already present in corporate accounting. We already have books in economics. We already have books in law. But our aim is not just to create another book, but to create something new, some niche. So we have to create that X factor in our books, that USP, that will help our book to fly. So the publication journey starts. Now you have think through, now you have settled your mind, what do you want to publish? How do you want to go about it? Now the second step comes when you start preparing the manuscript. So your manuscript journey starts. So you start collecting the material. Obviously, some people are very fond of writing, so they might be writing something and they might be thinking, maybe once I will finish one chapter, then I will think of publishing. Some people start with the process and then they start collecting the material that, okay, right now we want to publish our book. So then they start collecting the material. So we have a book proposal form, like I showed you on the last 3 slides back, that we have a book proposal form. So it can be provided by us to you and you can fill that form. So it will give you, it will be a, a question for yourself, a questionnaire for yourself, that what do you want to publish and how do you want to publish and in what time, in how much time you want to publish. So we need to first understand what is the book structure. So this is the book proposal form. This is a glimpse, the snapshot of the book proposal form, which is there. The book proposal form, along with the syllabus of the universities and colleges, and a brief about the author, and the book is to be prepared by the author. After you submit this proposal form to the publisher, our team, our editorial and the sales team will review the proposal for approval. Obviously, we receive n number of proposals in a day and from different teachers. So sometimes the books are very redundant because we have numerous titles on the same subject. So maybe we'll not be able to do justice. So then we have to think through how we can make this book useful for the students, how we can make this book fly, how we can make a differentiating factor, how can we add a differentiating factor in this book. So for that, our team will maybe discuss with you, will do a meeting with you and discuss the proposal with you. The third thing which is very important is the timing factor. Right now in July, the semester will start. So if suppose today you are planning to publish a book with us, so we need to back calculate our time. We need to understand that, okay, if we have to publish our book in July for the first semester students, then we need to work backwards. We need to make sure that our book is available on time and it is on the shelf when the student is entering the college, so that the first book that he holds in his hand is this book. So the timing of the book is very important. If you are preparing for third semester, if you are preparing for second semester, you need to prepare yourself. So after the approval of this proposal form and after the publisher and the author are in sync that they need to publish this book, then an agreement comes in place. There is a royalty agreement. Obviously, nothing is done verbally. Everything is written and everything is documented, both with the publisher as well as the author. So we always iterate that there should be an agreement form. Under this agreement form, where both the parties, the publisher as well as the author, it may be 1 author, 2 authors, 3 authors, or 4 authors, everybody would sign on this agreement. The date will be there. The title of the book would be there. The name and address of the authors would be there. And the timeline. You say, okay, 30 days. you say maybe 45 days. It is as per your convenience. So within these number of days, you will be submitting the manuscript to the publisher. And the most important thing, which is there in this agreement, is the royalty share. So I would like to explain what is a royalty. Hope, sir, it is going fine. It is, I am not going too fast.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it's
Fine, ma'am. Fine.
fine.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to explain in a brief what is royalty. So royalty is actually, you have published the book with us. So now obviously you have done all the effort and the publisher has done the investment in the book. We have published the book and you have provided us the manuscript. So now we have worked and we have published the book. So now there comes some, whatever the book is doing the sales, obviously there will be some share of royalty. If suppose generally the market trend says the royalty is 10%. So if it is on the range of 10%, so this means that when a year ends and the number of books sold is suppose 100, and the price of a book is maybe say 500. So 500 into 100, so which is 50,000 rupees. So on 50,000 rupees, the author's share is 10%. So 50,000 into 10%, which is equivalent to 5,000 rupees. So this will be a royalty of amount of rupees, 5,000 rupees will be your royalty for this year. So this is only subject to the number of books sold in a year, in a financial year. So it does not include any free copies, any specimen copies, any complimentary copies. It does not include that. It only includes the net sales. So this will give you, obviously, if tomorrow 1,000 copies are sold, then obviously the royalty will go up to 50,000. If tomorrow you are able to we are able to sell collectively, we are able to sell 2,000 copies, then obviously the royalty will become fourfold. So it's on us, on our efforts and the quality of the book that we will be publishing. The 2 copies or 3 copies of the agreement are generally signed based on the number of authors. So 1 copy is retained by the publisher and the other copies are retained by the authors. Now, manuscript preparation. Now, manuscript preparation contains 3 parts. One is the front matter, then the text body, and the last is the back matter. I would be explaining each of them separately. But what is front matter? Obviously, front matter is comprised of title page, dedication, foreword, preface, acknowledgements about the book, table of contents, list of abbreviations or list of figures and tables. So these are some of the things I would be covering in the next few slides. The text body in itself, as the word explains, this includes the figures and the tables, the body of the book, the chapters, the content, the most important thing of the book. And the back matter is the appendix, the glossary, the index, all of which are optional. For a statistics book, maybe there are log tables. For a management book, maybe there are case studies. For a mathematics book, maybe there are some formulas or some other notations. So it depends upon the type of the book that we will be using our back matter. Now, the first thing that we come is the title page. Now, the title page, this is some of the snapshots of the title pages. So the title page includes the author, the editor name, their affiliations. Now, like you can see, I have included one of our books is Financial and Management Accounting by Dr. S.N. Maheshwari. Dr. S.N. Maheshwari's name is very well known in the industry. Now, this book is co-authored by 2 of his sons, Dr. Sunil Maheshwari and C.A. Sharad K. Maheshwari. So this is how the title page looks like. wherein the book title is coming, then the author's credentials are coming, and the publisher's logo. Similarly, in the second snapshot, as you can see, we have creativity and innovation and entrepreneurship. Now, this is the subtitle. This is called a subtitle for the students of MBA, PGDBM, MCOM, and other management courses. So this is called the subtitle of the book. And then we have our author's name, Dr. S.S. Khanka. And then we have his credentials. He was a former professor. So it is coming as former professor. And then about his college details, and then the publisher's logo. So the sequence of the author name is also very important. Obviously, Dr. S.N. Maheshwari was the first name of the book. So his name is on the top. His son's name are the ones who will be carrying on his legacy. So their names are coming in the second and the third level. The title of the book is also finalized at the time of the manuscript submission. Generally, we try to come out with a book title which is in tandem with the syllabus, so that the students are able to relate the book with their syllabus. And once the manuscript has been delivered to the production team, the changes to title, subtitle, or authorship are no longer possible, because generally we freeze this page. And but obviously, the last minute also, all the pages are being checked by the author, both by the author as well as the publisher. Now, this is a foreword. So I would like to share that one of our books on creativity and innovation. So Atal Incubation Centers, Dr. K. Raman, he had written the foreword for this book. And one of our book on research methodology and application of SPSS in social sciences, foreword was written by Dr. K. Muchalan, and he was from Dayanand Sagar University. So this is how the foreword looks like. The name of the foreword's contributor is always given at the end of the foreword, and the affiliations and the title are generally not included, but the date and place of writing may be. So these are some of the foreword snapshots that I have shared, and obviously I can share some more with you. Now, this is the preface. The preface should be written to stimulate the book, why it is important, why it was written, and who it is for. The preface should not be an introduction to the subject matter of the book. So this is the 6th edition of the preface. So we will write preface to the 6th edition, preface to the 14th revised edition. It should not only be an introduction, but it does not belong to the front matter. It should appear as it should also appear as the first chapter. So the salient features of the book are there, and we generally put in all the things that we feel that are the unique selling things for the book. So this can include the number of illustrations, the revision, how the author has done the revision, what are the key chapters that he has introduced in the book. So such things are generally included in preface. Finally, the text body, the sample chapter. Now, the sample chapter, we will be preparing, the author prepares the text body, which includes the learning objectives. The chapter starts with the learning objectives, which is the outline of the chapter, then a brief introduction of the chapter, then the final body. There will be some illustrations, some examples in the chapter. Then there will be some figures and graphs, tables, charts, and images. And then there will be some key points and MCQs and the short answer questions and long answer questions and case studies depending upon your choice. So I have shown some snapshots of my sample chapters here. Like this is a statistics chapter. This is a management chapter, entrepreneurship development programs. So if you can see, there is a learning objective box. So this shows that when a student starts reading the chapter, he should know that what is the objective of reading this chapter. an outline. This gives an outline that, okay, these are the 10 points that he would be reading in this chapter. These can be highlighted by a way of box, by a gray box, or just without any outline, as it has been shown in the first image. Illustrations are there. Then there are some points to remember. Which obviously a student would like to summarize or maybe revise at the end of his studying. Then there are some test questions, which can be in the form of objective type questions, short answer question, long answer questions, depending upon the chapter, depending upon the outline of the chapter. So, yes. Hello? Is it fine, sir?
Fine, madam.
Ma'am, we are hearing.
Proceed.
Any questions so far, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'll continue then. Thanks. This is also now in a sample chapter. Generally, we ask the author to do the level headings. Now, what is a level heading? When we like, if you see here, if you're seeing here in the management, accounting, nature and scope chapter snapshot, there is a chapter objectives. So these are all the A-level headings, because these are the main headings of the chapter under which the chapter is covered. So this is called the A-level heading. The second level heading is called the B-level heading, and so on, C-level and D-level. So when the author submits the manuscript to us, so he generally, maybe they can color code them, like I have shown red, blue, green, and then they can provide us a legend that, okay, red is the A level, B is the B level, blue is the B level, and green is the C level, I'm sorry. Or they can probably mark A level, B level, and C level. So this is how an author generally, an author marks all the level headings in the chapter. So you may even choose default styles in the Word format, and you can identify the heading levels. This is given automatically. So if you go and open a Word document and you choose default styles, it will automatically come as A, B, C. So there won't be any problem if we start with the default style. Or you can make your own style, and you can just inform the publisher that you have used this style of level headings. Now, this is a book layout. The book layout, the manuscript has to be provided in both soft copy as well as hard copy to the publisher. Generally, some people are very fond of writing and they want their matter to be handwritten. So we generally receive some manuscripts which are handwritten. And even the professors make their diagrams and their figures by themselves. But some are very tech savvy and they are into typing and everything, and they use software. They use different softwares. Like for mathematics book, people generally use LaTeX and all. So, but whatever way of mode you are using, obviously it is okay with us. But we would request the author to always submit a proposal, the manuscript, in both soft copy as well as the hard copy. Because hard copy is something which can be retained with us, and it is the original form of your work. So it should be kept like as it is. And it can be referred even after 10 years, after 20 years, that this was the original manuscript of your book. Then if there are any screenshots or any images, obviously we would request the authors to provide them in the highest resolution possible for better clarity, and in JPG formats generally. And all the figures, tables and graphs should be properly numbered, and probably their references should come in the body matter, that okay, figure X, please refer figure 1 for this case study, or please refer table 1 for this analysis. So this is how generally it is done. So after the book is generally prepared, the manuscript is prepared, now we come to the proofreading. The first chapter is prepared, it is submitted to the publisher for review, and the other work like the cover, the preface, the table of contents are also prepared side by side. They're also prepared simultaneously with the publisher. Now, proofreading is the most important part of the book publishing. So both at the publisher level as well as the author level, the book needs to be proofread. The publisher generally proofreads the book based on the thinking that we have to find some errors, maybe of spellings, some layout changes, or some other cosmetic changes. And because we are not the domain experts, we are not, if tomorrow we have a book on mathematics, obviously we do not have the mathematics core faculty in our proofreading team. But we would request the author. Hello? Can you please mute if anybody is unmuted? Yeah, thank you. So, so we have to check for any inconsistencies, any spelling errors, but the accuracy of the content, the domain, the fundamental, the knowledge, the fundamental thing in the content of the book needs to be checked by the author. If the illustrations are given and the solution is given, obviously with the illustrations, the solution needs to be checked, double checked by the author only. Because sometimes the solution, the answer might be the perfect answer, but maybe the way of working, sometimes there are some errors or some other typo errors are there. So these can only be catch hold of by the author only. I mean, at the publisher level, they are very difficult to be identified. So at the end, it is the final responsibility of the author to sign on each and every page of the typeset proofs. Before the book is sent for printing, we generally ask the author to sign on each and every page for his concurrence, for his or her concurrence that yes, the book can be sent for printing. So before coming to cover design, I would just like to ask all the teachers if there are any questions so far, if there's anything that you would like to ask me on the manuscript section or on the proposal section or on the agreement section or anything so far, sir, or any teacher, please feel free to ask any questions.
Nothing, ma'am. It's clear.
Okay, fine. So now we come to the second part of this, of our book publishing, is the cover designing. We have shared here some of our cover designs. Generally, the author himself or herself also shares some samples with the publisher. They can be in terms of different colors, or it can be in terms of different geometrical diagrams. It can be anything. Like for, you can see e-commerce. Now, the author also gives us some ideas. The publisher also gives some ideas. So then these are brainstormed to provide the best cover design. Obviously, they should not be copied from anywhere. It should not be from any existing book. It should not be used from any copyrighted material. So we generally make sure that we create something on our own. We have our in-house team which can help you make these cover designs. We can work together and we can come out with good and impactful covers. So the front cover is the glimpse of the book, whereas the back cover generally gives a snapshot about the book and about the author with the author images. So we also ask for the author passport size photographs so that their photograph can also be published and they can be marketed. I mean, when they are publishing, so their name is there, So their photograph is there. So it creates a better appearance. It gives a better visibility, and people can connect. Okay, yeah, this is my colleague. This is his book. So, it creates a good impact for you also, and for us also, that yes, your name and your photograph is there on the book. So people can connect with you. Sometimes there must be some colleagues who might not be knowing you by name, but maybe knowing you by face. So they are able to connect with you through your through the author images. So obviously, and these covers are not meant for only once. I mean, this will be a legacy which will go on forever and ever. So tomorrow, if after 10 years or 20 years down the lane, when you will see your first edition, you will also feel good that yes, it is our first book, and this is how our we used to look like 10 years back or 20 years back. So I mean, this is how, and a personalized image is given. So this helps us to create a good cover for the book. So the next important topic which we are coming to is the optimization of the book. So contribute to your book success long before it's published. This means that before the book is getting published, both the author as well as the publisher works together for its success. Now, this is possible how? First of all, we have to create some meta keywords, a meta description that reflect the content of the book. Tomorrow, if suppose your book name is Advanced Accountancy. Now, if we put in a book Advanced Accountancy on Google, there will be 10 different books which will come. But if suppose tomorrow I give a book name as Accountancy Textbook, so obviously accountancy, maybe students will get confused. If I give a book name as Financial Accountancy, so it can relate to a topic or it can relate to the syllabus of financial accountancy, which is used in BCom or BCom honors courses. So generally, the author needs to select the title of the book or the subtitle of the book in such a way that the potential readers are able to find the finished book. Because until managerial economics, business law, or law of maybe accountancy for managers. So these are some of the titles, or maybe big data analytics. So these are some of the topics or some of the keywords that Google can help you with. So we have some keyword tools available in Google which are free of cost. These are called extensions. So probably we can help you with that, and Google gives suggestions. If you put in a keyword of your book, so Google also gives out some suggestions that these are the other keywords, these are the other suggestions that are in sync with this name by typing your book name. So this is the book title checklist. Ideally, we recommend that the book title should not be very long. It should be 50 characters and should be descriptive, so that it is everybody's okay. Everybody's fine to spell its name and they are able to remember the name of the book. It should not be very poetic, and we should be it should able to pick up the keywords, the meta keywords. It should, if the book name is put in the Google, it should able to search the related keywords with it. The student should be able to find the book, and it should be unique as possible. It should be unique as far as possible. As I mentioned earlier, we have to create the USP. We have to create the X factor in our book. There are 10 numbers of management books. There are 10 numbers of economics books. There are 10 number of accountancy books, which you are currently teaching with. You are yourself using that book. But if tomorrow you decide to publish your own book in economics, in management, or in accountancy, you need to create a market for it. You need to create the USP for it. So first of all, sit with yourself, write what are the 3 to 5 USP of your book? What is that X factor that you would like to create in your book, which is not available in the competitor book? It might be 3 books, it might be 3 factors, it might be 4 factors, or it might be 1 factor. But then we need to go backward. We need to go to the 0 level, and we need to ask ourselves, okay, we need to work ourselves, and then we need to create the USP of the book. So it should emphasize the benefit for the readers. It should answer the questions instead of asking them, and be formulated as actively as possible. So this is the most important thing that we as an author should do with our book, because otherwise we are not doing justice with our book. We are just creating another book in the market, just like any other book. But we need to create something which is the niche for the market. We focus on integrity. Sultan Sons is committed to integrity, and our integrity is only in that we should be honest in our work, and all our research work and all our publishing work is following all the publishing integrity protocols and norms. So we should not copy from anywhere. We do have tools to check plagiarism, but at the same time, the most important consideration in writing a book, is there a need? Is there a market? So sometimes what happens, if you read management books, we would find that there is a lot of content which is already available everywhere. So even if you read a definition by Philip Kotler, or if you read any book by L.M. Prasad, they would contain the same definition of team, or they would get the same definition of marketing. But there is a way of presenting the definition. So we need that we should not fall in any of the plagiarism, and we should be honest in our work. Now our bouquet has been completed and everything has been done. The advance copy of the book is made post approval of the author on the typeset copy. Once the book is typeset and everything is done from both the author side as well as the publisher side, we generally ask the author if he can release one advance copy. So this advance copy is type of a digital copy, which we generally make, and we give out, we generally make it before the final print run is given for the book. So the idea behind this is to check the final things, to check on the layout, the designing, the look and the feel of the book, the weight of the book, the dimensions of the book, and how the book will look like once it is published. So generally, the pricing and the quantity of the book is also decided at this time only. The pricing is decided both in terms taking into consideration the competition available in the market, as well as the cost of making the book by the publisher. So the publisher comes from the point that, okay, this is the cost of the book and this is the book which is available in the market at this price point. So we need to come somewhere in between both of them, that our book should be marketable. And since I emphasized earlier also that our motto, we as Sultan & Sons, our motto is not to do business, but it's impart education for all the masses in our society. So we have to provide reasonably priced books for the students. So this can come, then the quantity is decided. The quantity can be 500, 1000 or 2000 based on the demand of the book. Finally, the pre-press promotion is initiated by the sales team. Now, the author can help us in pre-promotion. But all this communication that is happening with the publisher, that is generally done, we generally prefer return communication, so that everything is documented and everything is there. Now, before coming to pre-press promotion, we have almost finished the publication of the book in terms of up till advanced copy. So I just wanted to ask if there are any questions or any doubts or any suggestions if I should emphasize or any earlier topic, or if you want to ask anything, please go ahead and. Hello.
Madam,
Yeah.
and we are from Bhagar University.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
have one paper called International Business.
Okay, ma'am.
But this subject we are using from so many books, I mean from different title. Actually, there is no standard set of book for that syllabus,
Mm-hmm.
International Business.
Okay.
Suppose if there is any possibility of publishing, covering those such syllabus, that will be of
Yeah, that will. So this comes from that you need to create a niche. You want to create a book that is not available already in the market.
yeah.
So obviously, it would be helping the student fraternity a lot. So
There is any
probably.
possibility of publishing?
Yes,
such
ma'am.
book?
Definitely. Yes, ma'am. Definitely. So obviously, we are always on a lookout for such titles which are not available, for which the books are not there, and the teachers and both the students are struggling for some content, for some good content. So we would request you to share your details with us, and then we will share our proposal form with you. So I would just request after the meeting, probably you can just drop in your email details with me on the chat, and then I can get back to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, is it the same with if we want to add on something to a book? See, there is a book, but it doesn't cover what we want. So if we want to give you some feedback about adding some extra content into the book, or giving feedback to the author, asking him to add a
Yes,
little
ma'am.
more bit of material, what is the procedure for that? How can we
Yes,
go
ma'am.
ahead and do it?
So generally, what happens when we generally give out complimentary copies? So we generally share a feedback form with the professors. So if suppose you yourself want to give us some suggestions for revision in a book, so what do? We generally share it with our author. If the author is there already, sometimes the book is revised by the publishing team of the publisher, by the editorial team of the publishing house. But sometimes the author also does the revision. So author has to do the revision. So if tomorrow your suggestions are there that you want to add a material or you want to add a content in the book after the book is published, so probably I will be coming on the next slide where I will be discussing the book revision. But in such cases, we generally do a periodic revision of the book. If today your book is published, and after 1 year, obviously again this semester would be coming. So there would be again some content, there would be some question paper, there would be some syllabus. So there will be some topics which are old, which should be removed from the book. So we would be doing revision, because book publishing is not one-time exercise, ma'am. It is an ongoing, it is a recurring process. So it is not that today we have published a book and it is over. No, it is actually the start of the journey. Once the book is published, now the journey starts. So it is not the end of the journey. So now the next step would be the revision of the book, the feedback of the book, the regular updation of the book. So generally the author has to work with the publisher again and again, and he has to come out with the suggestions, and he has to give us the material that are required for revision.
Yeah, can I have a question, ma'am?
Sure, sir, please.
Yeah, myself, Dr. Vijay Will. I have published a few books in some of the prominent publications. Of course, they are not nationally reputed ones.
Okay, sir.
Actually, in commerce and management, we have some books which are known for certain authors. Actually, they are all well-established authors, because you are continuously patronaging. You are giving patronage to them for tickets together. So in the process, we are not able to find any new authors getting into their realm. Like they are only adding people who are known to them or people who are happen to be their co-authors in some way. They are affiliated with them. In the end, what do you mean? What are you trying to say? In the end, we are not able to get into the area of a certain subjects. Say, for example, business communication, mercantile law, and some other subjects for which some authors are permanently assigned. So revision and review is going on, but new authors are not able to contribute anything in some of the titles. So in that case, what should we do? Are we always look for some emerging areas in which we can make our presence, or else you will be allowing new people also to get into some established titles?
No, sir, we would definitely, and we really welcome all the new talent, and we are always on a lookout for new people from the industry, because obviously when new person joins, there would be new ideas, there would be fresh ideas. So there will be a different way of presenting a book. I understand that mercantile law, maybe we all have read the book by N.D. Kapoor, sir. Management, we all have read the book by C.B. Gupta, sir, or L.M. Prasad, sir. But tomorrow, if you want to publish your book in management or in mercantile law, please do contact us. We have books now. This security law and market operations, Dr. P. Sudha, obviously, security law and market operations, we have books from S.N. Maheshwari and Dr. R.P. Rastagi also. But Dr. P. Sudha is a new author. So it's not that new authors have to bring in only new type of books. There are books existing in existing subjects like mercantile law and management. But we do welcome all the fresh professors and all the new professors to join us and publish book with us.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other questions, sir? Or
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Actually, ma'am, if I would like to publish on any general titles,
okay,
which is extending to within 100 pages.
Okay.
So will you publish that sort of books, for example, for group discussion skill, or how to attend interview or preparation for interview to the students? So if I aim for general titles, is it possible, sir, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, definitely. So I just like to highlight that apart from Sultan Chand and Sons, we have our two other affiliate publishing houses, Northern Book Center and Paragon Books. So we have been publishing books, and even Sultan Chand and Sons. We have lot of books, ma'am, on self-improvement, on soft skills and communication. Northern Book Center, we have a book on become a high achiever. We have books on how to become a winner. These are self-improvement books. And these books are only for the student fraternity, which we provide, which we have been publishing for last 70 years. So I would request you to please drop in your email, and we would definitely contact you, ma'am. We not only published textbooks, but we have all types of general books and reference books, as well as self-improvement and activity-based training books. So please do get in touch with us, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. And I will also like to share my publication list with you, where we have all these self-improvement and these communication skills, and even we have child safety books, and we have become a high achiever. So books on such subjects, ma'am. I will definitely share it with you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you.
Sure.
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am. I'm Dr. Sahaya Selvi. I have research scholars. We have published 2 books, their research work. So do you support such type of research work in your, in your foundation, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. We publish, so like I told before, we have our other publication. Obviously, Sultan Chand and Sons is more on a textbook side, but we are our other publication house, which has been there for 50 years, last 40 to 50 years, Northern Book Center. We have been publishing books on reference studies. So we have a lot of biographies, we have a lot of research thesis. So if you have research thesis or any type of case studies or any such material which are on scientific studies, so I can also share the list with you that what type of books we have published. If you search northernbook.com, you will get the list of the books and our website. maybe after the presentation, I can show you a glimpse of that of our website. So I would request you to drop in your email in the chat, and I will definitely contact you, ma'am, for this.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
actually, I am from an autonomous college. We have introduced a new syllabus, new subject, following the TANSCI and UGC. For UG, we have introduced event management. For that, the syllabus, we could not able to get the material from a particular textbook called event management. Even in market, we don't find much number of event management books, and through online only we have got it. And even in that, the syllabus from 1 unit and 2-3 units, we'll have to get the resources of the subject from various textbooks. It's not mentioned in only one as a whole, all 5 units together. So if I would like to prepare be author, is it possible, ma'am, to write on event management? It's a new subject.
Write on this book because the syllabus or the reference material is
Yeah,
not
it's a
available.
new book, a new subject introduced, and we don't find much number of books in the market.
Yes, ma'am.
So I've got the thought of doing it. Why don't me?
Yes, ma'am. So definitely, obviously, the book can be published on this subject. So what happens generally, we take a layout. Obviously, the university which is prescribing this syllabus, there must be some outline which has been provided for the student fraternity. So based on that syllabus, we will request the author to prepare the manuscript. So obviously the competitor books are not available. So there will not be any reference books available. So based on the outline of the syllabus, we can prepare, the author can prepare the book.
Okay, ma'am. The Madras University is having the same subject, but for UG, not for UG, it's for PG, I believe. I'm not very sure. I have seen once. For UG, we are having the same subject in syllabus. That's the reason why. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Yes,
they
yes.
are in publisher. We are the teacher. We have that something demanded in some area, some books. You maybe write that some books, they are ready to publish because they are inviting author from our academic people.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. That's the doubt I had.
We have been created on syllabus. Okay, they are not created syllabus from bookseller. So you maybe try to getting the people, those are interested as an academician. We want to make that, completely, write any one of the book like as a event management. Because I'm also, offering in this course in my department, it's this subject having only foreign authors, ma'am, Shika ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
regarding to that event management, we got it only foreign authors book in the title of event management. So almost all the private university offered in this particular subject. So no normal colleges or state university focused in this particular subject like as event management. That's why we are expected some demanded area like event management, something like as a big data or machine learning relevant to that social science aspect. So that way, we as a people, we have that 77 people, 67 people. Those who are really interested, just you can combine in this any one of the targeted book. We try to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry for
Sure.
interrupting.
No, please. So I'll start with the next topic, which is the pre-press promotion. Now, obviously, generally, our mindset is, okay, we have done our work, so now we can sit back and relax. But yes, the author can now sit back and relax, but we would request the author to share some fine points with us, some help, because obviously without their support, nothing can happen. So the publisher prepares a handout. As you can see, I have shown here 2 handouts. One is of research methodology and application of SPSS in social science research. So this is a handout which is created by our sales team. So this shows the book name, the book image. It is a new release, a 2022 edition. If you can see in the right, there is a yellow box which is written first edition 2022, and about the book, brief contents are there, and about the authors, and the photographs of all the 3 authors are there in this handout, along with the publisher's details. And there is a WhatsApp number, so that if you want to order a copy, or if you want to order a specimen copy, or you have a query on the book, so you can just WhatsApp her and us, and we can get back to you. So this is how we do the pre-press promotion. Now the book is already sent for printing. We have to wait for some time. We have to wait for our final book. So we should not waste our time. We should use this time judiciously. So for this, we have prepared some handouts. We would be creating a booklet. We would be distributing this booklet and this handout through our bulk emails. So by bulk emails, by WhatsApp messaging, broadcast messages, by our word of mouth. Obviously, we would be sharing it with our authors, and we would request our authors to share it in their closed groups. Generally, right now, everybody is on mobile, everybody is on WhatsApp. So the students are there, the teachers are there on WhatsApp groups. So if the author can just share these handouts on their closed groups, and then those professors can share in their closed groups. Obviously, this is just by word of mouth that it can spread to whole of the universities. So we prepare just released. This is a poster, and we also put out posters everywhere in our shops. In our shop, we generally send it to our distributors all over India. We ask the distributors to put in maybe a small poster in their shops, so that if students are visiting their shops, they can see the poster. Okay, it is the new release. Okay, this is a just release. This is a revised edition. So this is how the student catches attention. Oh, this was an old book. This has just got published. A revised edition has just come out. So we have to make the students aware that yes, the book is available in the market. So this security law in market operations, this also we created this handout. So this is how the pre-press promotion is being done. Also, we ask the author to share the contacts for promotion of the book. Obviously, you have some of your colleagues, some of your students, some of your colleges where you must be associated with. So you can share those details with us. Then for specimen, we can send them complimentary copies. Obviously, if the book is published for the first time, we don't expect the book to get 500 copies order on the first day. First, we have to give out some complimentary copies for the teachers so that they can see the book, they can review the book, and then they can give recommendation both for the library as well as for the students. Also, we ask the author to share a brief video for our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel, and I'll share the link with you, that our authors have created beautiful videos on their books, wherein they are showcasing the book and they are showing the salient features of the book, about themselves, about the key points on the book, about some new things that are included in the book, and why you should purchase this book. The most important thing. The Google Books. Now you can see this image. There are 50 reviews that we have got on this Google Books for this book, Entrepreneurship and Project Planning. So we generally ask the authors to share these links in their groups so that we can get more and more views and likes and shares on our books, and people can subscribe to our channels. Otherwise, it will be difficult for us to promote our book. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on LinkedIn, we are on YouTube. So and our website, of course. So all these links are shared with the author, as well as our sales and promotion team does all the effort by sending out WhatsApp messages and bulk emails to all the Indian universities. It is not that if you are associated with a specific college, so we will be doing the promotion only for your college or for your state. No. That is why in the beginning, we iterated the point that we have to make our book marketable in all India. We have to make our book an all India edition. Maybe I don't say that we should always make an all India edition. We can make a Tamil Nadu edition. we can make a Delhi University edition. But at the same time, we should at least market our book. Sometimes the content of, maybe you can say that, okay, the chapters in this book are very good as compared to this book. So a student might like to read it. So that is why we always do promotion in the whole of India. Now the book is released. Now the author can choose to release the book. He can release the book through book fairs, by organizing a book release function. I mean, the choice is entirely yours. If you want to do a grand function in your college, you can invite some dignitaries, or you can invite the college principal, or you can invite the college chairman, anyone. We would help you to organize that function. If there are book fairs happening right currently. 2 months back, there was Chennai Book Fair. Last month, we were at the Pune Book Fair. We were also at the Amritsar Book Fair and the Lucknow Book Fair, and we had released these books. So if you see, this organizational behavior book was released in Lucknow Book Fair. Income tax book was released by the local member of parliament over there in Uttarakhand. So this is how we can invite some dignitaries and we can release our book. And then we can even share our book release function pictures in the local newspapers for better visibility. So it is the choice of the author as well as the publisher. Both, they have to work together. Again, we all have to work together. It is a teamwork. So book publishing is not only about publishing the book. It starts from where you have conceptualized your manuscript to the point that now the book has been published. Now, post-release activities. Now the book is released. Now this is our YouTube channel snapshot, which I am showing here. We are getting Google reviews. The book is also shared on the Amazon so that people can go and do shopping on Amazon books. Obviously, it is very convenient for us nowadays. During lockdown, it was very convenient for all of us to do any type of shopping through Amazon. So obviously, it is the one-stop shop. We also publish Kindle books. If the author permits, we can release the Kindle edition of the book. We have no issues. So Kindle edition can be there. The paperback edition can be there. Then promotion can be done through seminar or talk shows. If the author permits, we can organize a seminar and talk show, and the author can talk about the book, and he can also take a proper seminar on any topic. Then YouTube videos. And then obviously we would request the author to help us in getting some bulk order from their own colleges. It can be through in the form of library purchase, or it can be in the form of students. Obviously, if there are 100 students studying in your class for that particular subject, those 100 students can at least buy your book and they can study from your books. So this will help both the students as well as the author. So then promotion through book fairs, book exhibitions, conferences. This is one other way. This is our website snapshot, and we have shown that we got these many reviews. People who take the complimentary copies from us, we don't ask anything in return. We only request for their feedback and their suggestions, because we want to improve day by day. The book has to be revised and has to be improved for the students. So if today you are requesting for any complimentary copy from Sultanchand and Sons, we would request you to share your feedback and suggestions on our existing books, so that we can incorporate it in our next edition and we can improve further. So this is our aim. And this we do for all of our books. It is not for only new books or only for old books. It is for all books that we do. So specimen request. So this is our form on our website. I will be sharing the link. You can order a specimen from us. So this is the thing that I was talking about, book revision. So publishing of one book is not the end of your publication journey. It is a continuous process. So it is not that you can sit back and relax. The book needs periodic revision to keep the book at par with the competition in the market. The new chapters, new topics, new illustrations, new tables, they need to be improvised. Recent question papers and syllabus needs to be added in the book. And any old or any obsolete topics needs to be removed from the book. So it is not that we will only update one topic and we will leave it. No, we need to update the illustrations. We should update the question bank. We should update any syllabus. If tomorrow the book was earlier only in semester one of a particular course, but now the book is also for semester 3 also. So then we need to upgrade ourselves. We need to show it in our book that now the book can be recommended or it can be used as a reference book for semester 3 as well. So this can be only possible if we do periodic revision of the book. Now a brief, just to summarize, I would like to take that why publish our book. These are the steps that we have discussed. Why publish our work was the first step. Second step was the market survey that we were doing, that we want to publish a textbook or a case studies or a question bank, whatever. The third step is prepare the manuscript. The fourth step is proofreading. The fifth step is cover designing. And then the next is optimization of the book in terms of meta keywords and meta description. After the manuscript is prepared, you will get the advanced copy from the publisher so that you can check it once again for your final approval. And then the pre-press promotion starts because we don't want to lose on any time and we want to come out with the best book. Then the book is released and we would request the people who are requesting for specimen copies to share their feedback. So post-release, the feedback will happen and then the revision of the book starts. So even if the book needs to come out this next year only, the revision work has to start from today itself. Maybe you can take a 1 month break and then you can start working on the revision of the book. Because once you start teaching from that book, you also know that what are the, sometimes there are some typo errors, sometimes there are some other errors which you are able to catch hold of because you are teaching from that book. So you are able to catch hold of such errors very easily. And last step is actually the journey continues. So it is not the end of the journey. It's actually the start of the journey. Like we have a lot of books on GST. GST, obviously taxation is one subject which needs a continuous revision. I don't say that management books are not to be revised. Management books are to be revised. They need updation in terms of case study. But income tax, GST, or maybe any other book which needs a continuous revision. So law. So there are sometimes accounts. Obviously, accounting standards keep on changing. We are getting international accounting standards. We are so we need to keep our book updated. So for that, so that we don't run on time, we need to work backwards. If we want our book to be on shelf before the next semester starts. So we need to work backwards. So I would like to share Dr. V. Balachandran's video with you. He's from Alagappa University. So I would like to share his video with you. He has, I hope he's audible. Just let me know if he's not audible.
Ma'am, audio is not clear, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Volume is very low. Volume is very low, ma'am.
Okay. So what I'll do, I'll share the link afterwards. So I'll.
Yes, ma'am. We'll see. Yes.
Yeah, just a minute. I'll share his presentation with you. So Dr. Balachandran, he has also shared a presentation. He has been with Sultan and Sons for last 30 years. And his first book was published in 1996, Indirect Taxation. He's a formerly senior professor and dean, Faculty of Management from Alagappa University, Karaikudi. And he's presently he's the dean and School of Business Studies, Central University of Kerala. So he's recently revised the book on company secretarial practice, and also his new book just got released in 2021, GST and Custom Law. So I would really appreciate that his effort, because during the time of COVID, when everybody was at home and everybody was struggling with these online classes, he was working on his manuscript, and he had just made sure that once the semester starts, his book should be released. So GST and Custom Law is a great book by sir. And this is some of his key things, that writing a book is an art, that you should have a command over language, clarity of expression, consciousness in presentation, creativity, communication, critical thinking and evaluation of your own things. So these are the 6 C's that he would like every author to keep in mind. Prerequisites of book writing. This is his book, that the budding author has to identify a subject mostly prescribed for UG programs by various colleges and universities. The author has to make use of the library and refer the standard textbooks and reference books before deciding the title of the book. This is what we also emphasized on. He has to list clearly the distinct features of the book. Sorry, sir, just excuse me for a while. Just yeah. Sorry for the same. The author must know the standard textbooks of the competition available in the market. Suggestions for the budding author. Every author has to develop a continued reading habit and writing habit regularly. Obviously, the author requires patience, interest, involvement, and perseverance. Plagiarism, not to copy and paste, even if it is your own. Suppose you have already written a book with some other publisher, and now you are writing a book with Sultan and Sons. So you cannot copy your own material from some other, which has already been published with some other publisher for us. Obviously, this is against the publishing integrity. Intellectual property rights under the Copyright Act. The content of the text should be understood by an average student and written in a simple form. And finally, fine-tune the contents and structure of the book, keeping in mind the sequence of the chapters. So this is his feedback for us. Sultan and Sons team is one of the best examples of coordination, guidance, and follow-up. In fact, their rich experience in the publication field has enlightened many authors, including me, to write standard textbook to the student concerned with their nice printing. So I would be sharing his video link with you. It's on our YouTube channel. I would request you to please share your views on the same. So this is our website on Google, and I would be sharing this Google form link in the chat. I would request each one of you to share your feedback for our today's session. Sure. And also on our books, this is our office at New Delhi. This is the photo of our office at New Delhi. So we would request you to share your suggestions and feedback. Kindly like our Facebook page. It's at Sultan and Sons. So you'll be easily able to find it on there. So these are some of our book fairs and book exhibitions at a glance. We were at Pune, Amritsar, Lucknow, New Delhi, and also we participate in the college exhibitions as well. If suppose your college wants to organize a book exhibition, we can send our representative and we can do a book exhibition over there.
Ma'am, a question to you, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Sorry, sir?
Good morning, ma'am. A question to you, ma'am. A question to you, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
Like the international book publishers, we couldn't find the author resources or the student resources, the PowerPoints or any study materials. It is not coming in the Sultan and Chand. Any specific reasons for that, ma'am?
Acha, the resource, you are asking about the resource material?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Say, for example, if McGraw-Hill's, you look at the McGraw-Hill website or Pearson, in the contents itself, they will be giving the student resources link as well as the author resources link separately. So that there will be PowerPoint slides, case studies with solutions, and few national or international examples will be there.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
couldn't
This is
find
an area which is still unexplored by us, and we are working on it. We are working on a team of faculty from a renowned university, and they are helping us to develop some content towards this side. So I would request if you are also would like to join hands with us on this on this particular initiative, we would really welcome you, ma'am, because obviously this was unexplored, and during the time of COVID, we received lot of queries regarding this resource material. Like lot of our old books such as statistical methods or advanced accountancy, lot of teachers contacted us and asked us for this resource material for students and teachers. And they wanted some presentations. So, but we had never developed such type of material. We were always in textbook format. And recently only we started Kindle books also. So now we are developing it, and we are working with a team of experts from some renowned university. We would be soon sharing their details. But just in case, ma'am, if you would like to join us, please do let us know, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So we are into this publishing industry for last 70 years, and excellence is something that, so we are working towards it, and we still feel that there is a long way to go and there is a lot to achieve still. So last year we got an award for our one of our books, GST by Vineet Gupta. This is a book production award which we got, and this year we got excellence in book production award for statistical method by SP Gupta sir. So so these are some of our book excellence, and this is how award ceremonies we were awarded for our work. So thank you, and I would now like to.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Your session was really very clear and focused. So really, you aroused interest of publishing again with among us. So we are so much happy.
So I hope that after this session I can get some.
Yes, all your books have become a part and parcel of our life. For example, in mercantile law book and all, N.D. Kapoor book, for more than 10 years, I was using for the UG students when I taught for UG students. Now I am into PG students. So really wonderful session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for your patience. And I hope I was audible and I was clear in my approach. And I hope everybody liked the session. And I had just shared my feedback form. So I would request you to, each one of you, to kindly fill in this feedback form. And please do share your email and your details if you really want to publish a book with us. We can obviously work together. We can work on how best we can come out with the book. Maybe it can be an existing title or some new title. It can be your choice. But obviously, we can work towards it and we can try to make it as fruitful for both the parties. I mean, for all the three students as well. So student, author, and the publisher. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the excellent presentation you have given. Very clearly, patiently, you were explaining about step by step about the publication that we have to do. Very
Yes,
nicely you have explained, ma'am.
Thank you,
Of
ma'am.
course, we are expecting your cooperation in the years to come. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. I've also shared the YouTube link of Dr. V.
Oh,
Balachandran.
Sure,
So
ma'am. We'll-
you can copy that and you can save it. And any other questions, please feel free to ask.
Ma'am, first of all, thank you for your motivations and publications. Rather than 67 today, I was seeing more than 82 participants. So it's very happy to see that. So, ma'am, is there any channel like conference, workshop, seminar, something we are conducting? So the edited volumes can able to publish.
Sorry, by? Sorry, sir, come again.
If any faculty is going to be conduct a seminar or conference or something,
Yes, sir.
the invited papers going to be jointly as a edited book can able to publish in Sultan San.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. We do publish seminar proceedings and everything. So you can probably please get in touch with us and we can take it forward, sir.
Okay, madam.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Shia ma'am.
Okay,
Really,
there is any more
really-
question? Shall I go for a vote of thanks, sir?
Yeah, we will go. Yeah.
Yeah. A very good morning to all. I am Dr. G. Sumati, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Bharati Women's College, here to propose vote of thanks for this session. Thank you is such a prayer that cannot be seen or touched. It must be felt by heart. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of UGC, HRDC, Bardiyar University, and on behalf of the participants, I thank the resource person of this session, Ms. Shika Vaish, Director, Sultan Chand and Sons, for a wonderful presentation on opportunities for publishing in commerce and management. Thanks a lot for a clear explanation on the steps to be followed for publishing the book. Really very useful for each and every one of us, ma'am. I place on record my sincere thanks to the course coordinator, Dr. V. Ramanujam sir, for arranging such eminent personalities as resource person for all the sessions of this refresher program. I end with the quote by His Holiness Dalai Lama, the root of all goodness lies in the soil of appreciation. Thank you all. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramanujam sir, and thank you everyone. And I would request you to fill in the feedback form for us. That would really help us to improve next